In my opinion, I think Chapter 4 Season 1 had one of the best storylines of all time. And this is because so much was revealed about the lore. We learned what kinetic ore was, we found out the origins behind the Imagined Order and actually the Seven, but in this season we were also introduced to a character that will probably change the face of the Fortnite lore forever. Well, that character's name is the Rift Warden Stellan, or you could just call him by his real name, which is just Stellan. You see, Stellan is the head alchemist of the Oathbound, which is the olden day version of the Imagined Order, in which the Oathbound was run by the Ageless Champion, which is a younger snapshot of Geno, but I will touch on the Ageless Champion a little bit later in the video. Now, Stellan's one job was to build a rift gate, which is literally just a bridge to new realities. And yes, the Imagined Order do actually have the bridge which takes you to other realities, but that's for the future. We are in the past and we need to make an old-fashioned rift gate. Now, Stellan will be directing the process while Scrap Knight Jules is actually building the gate, because she is literally an engineer. Now, we start the process of setting up the rift gate and helping Stellan, but this Stellan guy, we do not know much about him and he's quite mysterious. But in Season 1, Stellan said something, which, to be honest, it is actually very lore revealing.
I will choose to trust you with a secret I have never told. There is a being, a shapeless man. He watches us with dark purpose. If we do not finish the rift gate, the consequences will be terrible.
Now, Stellan warns us about this shapeless man who could be either two people, the Nothing or Geno, or maybe even someone else, we don't know. But Stellan is working for two people to make this rift gate, the Ageless Champion and this shapeless man. And this shapeless man is going to use the rift gate to invade our reality. Now, Stellan admits that the shapeless man is technically stalking him, and like Stellan can never sleep because the shapeless man will always be in his dreams. Now, you see, this woman called Evie, who works for the Peace Syndicate, manipulated the coordinates for the rift gate, which managed to cause a huge crack in the sky. And now Stellan knows that it's literally now over. We've lost, the shapeless man has won, but has he? And the shapeless man is now most likely on his way now. But Stellan agreed to fight with us in this huge battle of the shapeless man whenever it will happen. But genuinely, after Season 1, that was the last we heard from Stellan. And then in Season 2, we did actually hear nothing about Stellan. All we had was just theories, because the whole of the Oathbound was wiped out in that season. And all was left was just a lack of kinetic ore, most of it being used to make the rift gate, which failed. No one knows where Stellan is, nor no one knows where the Ageless is. There are rumors that they got scared of Mega City, because one, it just came unexpectedly, and two, it did not fit their timeline. Some people also think that Stellan was killed because of the fail of this rift gate, but again, nothing is confirmed. Well, at least to Season 3. So Stellan actually has relevance to Season 3? Well, the answer for that is yes. Go up to Sloane with the Stellan outfit and she will say, "I know what you are, even if you don't." And so Stellan isn't human? I feel like that there has always been something off with Stellan's design. One, he is extremely skinny for a person who has heavy armor on, and two, why does Stellan have all of these body parts around his armor? Because I mean, Scyan even compared Relic's armor to Stellan's, which in all honesty, I can see how this works, but maybe it isn't true, because like Scyan said, it's just a theory. And also, if you go up to the Nia NPC with Stellan on, she said, "Was it you who hired me to look into the explorers?" So something is going on now. Stellan is still obviously somewhere out there, but we just don't know what he's planning, whether he's planning something or not, because there is actually a lot of theories about this man this season, because there is actually a theory of how Stellan is the shapeless man, but he just doesn't know yet, because soon the shapeless man could probably take over him. It's not my idea, it's just a theory going around the community, but in my opinion, I think it would be quite a cool plot twist, because Sloane literally says, "I know what you are, even if you don't." And Sloane would probably know this because she did work for the Imagined Order for many years, and she would probably know what the secrets of Stellan are. And the fact that she referred Stellan to what doesn't make us believe that Stellan is human. In also, he may be some creature or maybe even the shapeless man, but the Stellan right now just doesn't know it yet. But yeah, this is Fortnite we're talking about, so anything could go in many directions. So you may think that Stellan is the bad guy, but he's actually the good guy. Well, at least for now, because he may be taken over by the shapeless man. Because if you remember last season, we were introduced to a character of Serenade, which no one really talks about her character anymore anymore, but people thought that she had connections with Stellan, and there is a way of how you can see why. And here is another theory about Stellan. We all know Stellan the noob that let someone enter other coordinates in the rift gate. One thing that really made me confused is that the new hypnotic girl Serenade looks like Stellan. I think Serenade is an altered or mirrored version of Stellan. Whilst making the rift gate, part of Stellan got copied and altered in a nightmarish form that got trapped in the pillars and is now finally free from the prison she got trapped in. And maybe now we will see an epic showdown between Stellan and Serenade if Stellan is still alive, which we actually know, because this theory was written last season. And so yeah, most of the stuff in this video is just a theory, but first let's just go over everything I said in this video. So we spoke of how Sloane says to Stellan, "I know what you are even if you don't," in which again this makes us believe that Stellan is not human. We also spoke about the theory of how Stellan could be the shapeless man and his relevance to Serenade. But where is Stellan right now? Well, if you remember, we spoke about Stellan's secret dialogue with the skin of Nia, and how Stellan wanted to recruit her to look for explorers. Well, Nia's NPC location is in Steamy Springs, well more specifically basically the mega biome. And so as Nia is here, maybe Stellan was here as well. But to be honest, Nia could have been somewhere else on the island, and also Stellan just never came here. But Stellan's location is just a theory right now, but we do know that he is on the island. We just don't know whereabouts though. And so Stellan actually has got a massive part to play this season, we can just tell. But before we end this video, I need to talk about another theory, and again it's from Scyan. This time saying, what if after rebuilding the telescope with the help of Sloane, her and Stellan use it against the last reality, us using kinetic ore and the last reality's own past technology against themselves. In which, in all honesty, this actually is a good theory and it may be right, but we can't really say anything for now. But yeah guys, thank you all for watching. That is the end of the video for today, and I'm also going to try and release my Jonesy videos soon, so yeah guys, stay tuned for that. But anyway, for now, see you guys and goodbye.